All right, everyone. Let's get started. Accidentally did not pre-publish this live broadcast, so I put it 5 minutes later so everyone has the chance to log in. All right, so as far as it goes, let's first look at the economic data that's coming out today, Thursday the 26th. We have the following. We had unemployment claims came out. Advanced GDP quarter over quarter came in at 4.9%, which is greater than expected. Unemployment claims came in at 210,000 as expected. Advanced GDP price index quarter over quarter came in better than expected. Core durable goods orders month over month came in better than expected. Durable goods orders came in month over month came in better than expected. Goods trades balance came in as expected. Preliminary wholesale inventories came in better than expected. So across the board, we have either better than expected or as expected news. At 9 o'clock Eastern, we have FOMC member Waller speaking. At 10 o'clock Eastern, we have pending home sales month over month. Natural gas doesn't really matter. So that's about it. So we got some significant news at 9 o'clock Eastern and at 10 o'clock Eastern. Obviously, at 9 o'clock will be pre-market. 10 o'clock will be after market open. With this news coming up better than expected, the market should have a negative impact, but it doesn't look like it did. Here's the NASDAQ. Okay. And as you can see, the NASDAQ currently is moving up. So it was down after hours yesterday. Okay, we closed here after a pretty significant down day. The market was able to trade even lower overnight. But as you can see right now, it's actually coming back up. So far, it doesn't look like the news has continued the negative impact on the market. Let's take a look at which stocks were moving yesterday. So since yesterday was very bearish, we can pretty much assume that most stocks were going down, and indeed they were. So let's take a look at some of them that were moving yesterday. Now, we did have a few stocks that were positive, but I'll just mention that they didn't get into the trend that we wanted. So here's Monster Energy, which was basically going up, but you can see it's fairly rough, not very smooth action, and it never reached its target number one. It got fairly close to it, but we were looking for it to move beyond that point. But eventually it started to sell off with the rest of the market, not surprising. Another stock that was looking like it might become bullish, but never did, was Starbucks, which was starting to go up. But as the market started to sell off, Starbucks also turned around and sold off as well. So looking at stocks that were going up yesterday, we did have PDD, which was able to reach target number one to the upside of 108.98. It got about 3/4 of the way to target number two, topping out at 110.58, but never able to get beyond that. Next up on stocks going down, we have PayPal, which was able to reach its target number one to the downside of 51.40, and that was as far down as it went. We have Google, which sold off sharply at market open to target number one to the downside of 126.27. It then proceeded towards target number two, but got about 2/3 of the way down to target number two to the downside. Never reached it. INTC, however, was able to reach target number two to the downside of 32.90 and then go beyond that. Amazon was able to reach target number two to the downside of 121.55. NVIDIA was able to reach target number two to the downside of 417.61. This was not one of the stocks that I particularly pointed out in the room, but obviously a lot of us are in NVIDIA and we're able to look for the downside on that. Airbnb never reached target number one to the downside. It did start the day off bearish, and it did mostly go down. But target number one to the downside was 118.15, and Airbnb bottomed out about 15 cents higher than that. Uh, we also had Meta, META, which was able to reach target number one to the downside of 303.46, and it got about one half of the way to target number two to the downside before bottoming out. And that was about it. I should mention that Roku was something we were looking for early in the session to go up. It was going up quickly. And then when it fully reversed, that was our clue that the market was changing direction. So this was the actual stock that pointed out that the trend of the market was probably going to be down, as it so sharply changed direction after the NASDAQ started to go down. And it did actually reach target number two to the downside of 58.86. So that was a pretty sharp reversal for the day, and a lot of other stocks did the same. All right, there were other things that are moving down, but just naming a few. Let's go ahead and take a look at what's moving in the pre-market today. So far, I have the following. See PRZO, which is currently up 9%, and is trading 1.7 million shares, just above $1.90 per share. And of course, it's NASDAQ listed, so we'll go ahead and add this stock to our pre-market radar. This is not the first time it's been on there. PRZO. I also see Tesla on my list, but I don't think Tesla has moved far enough. Actually, let's see how far Meta has moved. Only 3.84%, it's not enough. So Tesla, not enough movement either. So PRZO is the only one I see so far on my list. You guys see any NASDAQ listed stocks that have at least a 6% price change overnight, positive or negative? And they're trading currently at least 1 million shares in the pre-market, and it's at least $1 per share. Terry's mentioned ABVC. That does qualify, and that is currently up 290%. 8.4 million shares traded. It's above $3 per share. So it definitely qualifies. Very active right now. So we'll see what happens between now and the opening bell and thereafter. So we've added ABVC. Any other stocks, folks, that meet our four criteria? It has to be a NASDAQ listed stock, first of all. So it has to be based on the NASDAQ. It has to be trading at least $1 per share. We need to see at least 1 million shares of pre-market volume and at least a 6% price change, positive or negative. So anything that meets those criteria, let me know in the chat, and we'll take a look. So once again, folks, any other stocks that meet our four criteria, let me know in the chat, and then we'll go ahead and take a look. T1 and T2 are only valid for the same day. They're never valid any other day but the same day. The other ones I mentioned before, Google, I went over everything that was moving yesterday. So if you weren't there for that, just watch the replay. when this is done. All right, folks, any other stocks that meet our criteria, let me know in the chat. Otherwise, we'll wrap up for today. All right, folks, we'll wrap up for today. Please be sure to like the video. I see we have 8 likes here, but more than 8 people are watching, so make sure you like the video. Also, make sure you subscribe to our channel on YouTube so you can check out any new videos that we upload. There will be a few new videos uploaded probably today or tomorrow besides this one. For those of you who are not familiar with the program, please be sure to, we already have ABVC. Please be sure to check out fundertrading.com, our website. There will be a link to that in the description to this video. The 2 stocks we have for today are PRZO and ABVC. That's it. So that's all we have. All right, folks, for everyone in the coaching room, I'll see you there in about 23 minutes, and we'll go from there, okay? Otherwise, I'll see you folks for tomorrow's Premarket Pulse. Take care, everyone.